good, fam? It's your boy Dwayne on Blaze. You know the name, you know the face, you know the time, you know the place. And today we're back again with a brand new react. Matter of fact, okay, I've been meaning to do this video for a minute, a long minute. I actually did it once and it fucked out halfway through and I just didn't want to start again. But I'm back again, guys. This is basically part 2 of what happened to South Africa's greatest hip-hop show, Vuzu The Hustle. Somebody requested I do this. I can't remember who it was, but my brother, I'm so sorry. I know I said I would do this ages ago, but you know, life be lifing, dog. You know how it is, bruh. Okay, Vuzu. Okay, so this is a video by Grim TV. Shout out to him. This video is actually old, but it's fine. We're gonna react to it still. Okay, Vuzu Hustle Season 3 will never happen. Here's why. Okay, yeah, what more can I say, guys? Most of you probably know who are watching this video what the hustle is, or you probably wouldn't be watching this. Okay, but if not, just do your Googles, do your Googles. Let's get into it.
Vuzu is a youth-orientated channel that was made by Mnet. The channel had envisioned bringing new content monthly, keeping up with the fast-paced nature of the youth in South Africa.
Guys, let me know down below, is Vuzu still a thing? I don't even have DSTV anymore. Like, what's the point, bruh? We got the internet. What's the point? Let me know, is Vuzu still a thing? Does it still play?
On the 22nd of April, the channel announced that they're taking in Instagram video submissions for upcoming rappers. Record a 15-second clip of yourself rapping and use the hashtag Vuzu Hustle. 20 rappers were chosen from the pool of thousands of rappers by the 3 judges during a run-through screening. When they arrived, they were told that only 12 can stay in the house, crushing the dream for 8 artists before it even started. Each episode had artists taken through a series of challenges which included making interviews, writing promos, and workout drills.
I honestly think they need to bring the hustle back, bro. I think SA hip-hop needs shit like that, bro. Honestly.
Look at me. Do I look like the type of guy who can run 5 laps around a mountain? Yeah.
Around
I'm
the
worried
mountain.
about Jimmy, you know. Jimmy, how is he gonna do 5 rounds?
Yo, the chest was burning, but you know I never gave up. But God,
Man said, yo, the chest was burning. Hey, I'm my nigga.
this, you know.
The challenges are supposed to embody the name of the show. The show was played over several weeks, but it seemed it was shot within a couple of
Hey,
days,
guys, I won't lie.
which
Wait,
I'll
hold
get
on.
to in a bit. The winner would receive
Lala Hirayama, guys. Yo. Hi, guys. Like, this is like my childhood crush, dog. Like, I love this Han so much, bro. Like, the nigga that took her away from me. Like, I wish him all the worst. Okay. I'm playing.
seemed it was shot within a couple of days, which I'll get to in a bit. The winner would receive 250,000 Rand. A record deal with
I almost thought they were gonna say 250,000 Rand worth of KFC. I was gonna be like, nah, that's crazy. That is wild. Anyway.
the 5th season to the value of 250,000 Rand, and a music video with 100,000 Rand. 50
Bro, 100K, I could shoot 10 music videos, bro. 100K these days. These days you can shoot it cheap. As long as you know people and you don't have to break them off too much. You know people with the equipment. Break them off just for the day. I mean, bro, it's not that much to shoot a music. 100K for one music video in 2024. That's crazy, bro. I'm sorry. If you're spending that much, I don't know what you think this is, bro.
50,000 Rand was added for the runner-up, and an Opal
Unless
Corsa
you're a
was
major
added for
artist.
the 2nd season's winner. After picking off hopefuls from the house one by one, the show audience would determine the winner of the show via SMS. Guest judges are brought in from the 3rd episode of the 1st season, Almost every judge said something along the lines of,
Like you had. I mean, for me, I haven't seen you up to this point, you know. So, and I get what the judges are saying. I don't know how you actually got here in the sense of I don't know what you've been
That was Aries before Aries.
doing.
which gives more credence to the fact that it was shot within a few days rather than week on week. Now, the
days?
reason why Idols does so well each season is because the audience is forced to connect with each artist every week if they are meant to choose a winner. Too much focus was put on the challenges the rappers did. The Hustle is a great premise. However, a show is run by the audience watching. Without artists that the potential audience can root for week on week, people can easily lose interest, especially when judges make a decision outside the scope of the audience member.
Joshua the I Am, what happened to this guy, bro? I feel like this guy had
Especially
potential.
when judges make a decision outside the scope of
This
the
guy.
audience members. What you then have left is the show rejects and hip-hop enthusiasts watching.
Ah,
It's a cavity. Oral-B
Oh,
electrics
really?
round head cups each tooth to remove up to 100% more plug. Unlike a manual brush that can leave up to half the plug behind, switch to Oral-B
Plug.
electric with Oral-B paste.
Plug.
Say goodbye to cavities.
bye now. Oh. Oh, now you don't want to
Did
bring...
you know that the best
Ah,
way to make
another
an
ad,
extra
bruh.
income on Amazon is not by
ah,
setting up an online store or selling physical products?
Contestants.
Contestants in the house included rappers from all over South Africa.
Eric
For obvious
Rush,
purposes,
Cass.
I will only focus on the contestants.
What
that
happened to most of
actually
these
made it
guys?
into the house. We were given small superficial glimpses into the personality of the artists rather than actually learning about who they are. Certain personalities shined more than others.
Eagle.
Mupeme had a great persona which was immediately recognized by Kuli Chan. He was funny and showed maturity and intelligence in the challenges that were given.
Manager, I'm putting 50,000 rand on Jimmy. God body, God person.
50,000. Bro doesn't even have 50k in the account. I bet you, bro. Not even hate. I'm just saying the fact that he's saying it so confidently means he don't have it there, bro. When you really got 50k, you still consider it. You're like, is it worth it? Because I know what 50k is. I'm not gonna just put it on some dude.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. You going for Princess one? Damn, clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Yes, sir. 50,000 would have been gone right there.
Do you see?
Probably
Oh.
the most prominent name to come out of both seasons of the competition, Shane Eagle, was an easy character to dislike at first. He was the typical good-looking high school jock that never grew up. It seemed in situations he used his looks and his physique to carry him in conversations. The more you watched though, you found
Shane was so arrogant, bro.
glimpses of him being resilient and rising to the occasion when it needed him to. He had talents past his looks and probably had one of the best PR presentations I've ever seen from a rapper. Shane Eagle went on to sign with JR's Feel Good Music, then leaving Feel Good Music and going independent, finding massive success and even going on to do songs with Dreamville artist Bass.
Shane Eagle, definitely, probably the best, the most successful artist to ever come out of the hustle. I don't think anybody tops Shane.
A good summary of Shane Eagle's career can be summarized in these two short clips.
I heard him say money's good for wealth. The only time I'm rich is when my mama living well.
Hey.
I flew my mama to Paris. She used to stay on the street.
The winners of each season were Big Star Johnson and the less exciting Flex Rabanyan. The thing about Big
Oh, look at the shade. Cavell the shade. The less exciting. Flex was exciting. I just think Flex just didn't capitalize on his moment.
Star is that he actually has all the musical talent you can put in one human body. It was obvious why he won, and he could easily be picked out from the first episode as one of the more memorable contestants of the season. His career never really took off after the show.
Oh,
General consensus is that the label which he was signed to, 5th Season, was the reason why. None of his music looked like it had the push that it deserved, but at the same time, Big Star didn't really have an eye.
Did you see Shade's face? But what happened to that Shade? The Shade Eagle of today is, he's still like doing the pretty boy thing, but he just doesn't seem as arrogant as back then. Back then, he seemed super arrogant, bro. Like beyond norms, bro.
Catching song until a few years later, which featured Questa. Then we get to Flex.
Rabba easy, rabba easy.
Flex, flex, flex. Where do we start? So, the first time Flex really made headlines was when he came to a decision not to sign the deal with Fifth Season, choosing independence.
When I thought about, okay, Sharp, you coming here, you're gonna win this, but are you sure that you wanna get direction on when to go perform, where, what music you drop, how, with whom, you know? And I thought about that, I was like, nah, because
I think when you're coming from a situation like a TV show type situation, I think it's the best thing to take the route that the show is providing, only because that is your way in. You're just trying to get in, bro. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you know, artists may sign a deal that they know is bad, and they might pretend like they didn't know what it was later. They know it's bad, but they're doing it just to get in the game, just to get some skin in the game, and then they'll figure it out later. Now, that's not the best strategy, but it's worked for many artists where they've entered the game in a bad deal, a shitty deal, but they've grown their status to a point they were able to get lawyers and other representatives to represent them to a point where they were able to get out of those bad deals and get into a better situation, you know, or go independent when they already have the hype and the mainstream attention, you know. So I think with Flex's situation, he should have went that route. I don't think he should have said, no, let me just go independent, because that show didn't necessarily give him the boost he really needed to go independent at that time, or else he could have been already, he should have had heat on his own already independently, which he didn't before the show. So he should have used the resources that the show provided. I understand contracts are this and that, but sometimes you gotta weigh the pros and cons, bro. So I think he made a bad decision.
my freedom is a huge part of who I am.
What you know about
It's a
crash
huge
trading?
part of
I
who am.
can't,
So I was
my
like,
mouse, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
You know, I like being free.
But it's a year, Flex. I mean, just 1 year. You know,
Exactly.
Get the ropes, get in, do your thing, and leave.
Exactly.
Nah, it's not like that.
It's not like that. But maybe he's talking about contractually. Like maybe they had a contract which says for a year, this is the framework of the contract for a year, but there might be stipulations outside of that year, like maybe masters, royalties, splits, whatever, that may extend that year, you know. So maybe that's why he's saying, nah, it was not just a year.
Either you want it for now, which is quick, or you want it for a long time.
Which would have been a great thing
if it
if he had a
was.
great plan after Vuzu Hustle to excel in his career.
Aisha.
What was Flex's plan? Flex tried to push his career using his Twitter fingers. The arrogance did not help his case. His career would dwindle and he wouldn't get the attention he thought he deserved.
They said the
February
man
10th.
They said the man blew 250K in a month, bro. Brav. Hey, it be like that sometimes.
He tweeted this.
Wait, I'm being arrested for the second time because of Opal SA. The incompetence of your staff is costing me time and money, and the trauma of a fucking police van. Unlock the car. Hashtag unlock the car. What? Wasn't enough. Oh, this is what he wanted the car, bro. He didn't want the deal, but he wanted the car. He said, unlock the car. You guys are making me go through the fucking most. Well, you're making them go through the most. So, all is fair and love and all.
From that moment,
Why
we were
is my
given a
con someone
rundown
else's
of how
name 8
Vuzu
months
TV,
later?
Callback Dreams, which were the producers of the show, and Opal SA
Definitely a
had
Callback
failed
Dream.
to register the car in Flex's name. He was essentially driving a car which belonged to someone else, thus getting him arrested by the police on more than one occasion. Within this rant, he also dropped hints that his music was being banned from outlets like Channel O.
You see, this Twitter finger thing, Never worked. This Twitter fingers thing. Anytime I've seen a nigga go Twitter fingers, it never results in something positive for their career. Ever. Not one time have I ever seen it. Not once. Just don't do it, bro. Handle your business off of socials. Don't be shouting to the world and tagging. This is messy. No, not even if you're in the right, don't do shit like this, because people see it as messy. Then like, I don't want to associate myself with that person. I learned that at a young age, where it's like, sometimes you gotta watch your actions, because you may even be in the right, but how it comes across to other people, brands, investors, fans, whatever the case may be, may not be in your favor, even if you're in the right. So just be careful with how you handle things.
Because he would not sign the deal. December 12, 2018. Flex posted that he had paid 9,800 Rand to a particular person at Metro FM to have his song played on the station. This is obviously a no-no. Basically had the industry looking at Flex as a joke. Starting a beef with Reason.
A lot of people do that, to be fair.
And PH, which I'll cover in a different video.
You know how much trash music is on the radio? Come on. Payola's the thing.
Oh, and this happened.
I'm getting all of this money, I pray to the Lord that it never switch me. I still wanna be dope even after I'm rich, I don't wanna be Ricky.
Basically, Flex was probably the worst.
I don't wanna be Ricky. He dissed Ricky. No wonder he didn't make it, bro. How do you diss Ricky, bro? What?
Person to have chosen as a winner from the show. From the same season as Flex, we also got Manu, who had a massive hit song, Nalingi. From the first season, Quick Fast Cats went on to do a song with the late and great Pro. None of the contestants, however, with the exception of Shane Eagle, reached the kind of relevance resembling that of the judges. Which gets me to my next point.
Dubai!
The
That's our next point.
Views wandering through the old souks. We even saw a glimpse of the future.
One day, baby. One day, baby. Too busy.
As I mentioned earlier, we had 3 judges. Kulichana, who first started out as 1/3 of the group.
Yo, look at the quality of the video, bro. Gosh, that was 3GP.
Then pioneering the independent rapper culture, releasing his first album, Motswako Originator, with no record label. He went on to found the Mufftown Heights, which is an annual hip-hop festival. Stogie T, whose claim to fame was being the main vocalist of the band, The Volume.
And The Volume.
He went on to found Motif Records, which signed Reason and Ricky Rick.
What?
Finally, the man who does
Motif signed Ricky. Why didn't I know that? I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Doesn't really need much of an introduction.
Keenan Forbes.
A.K.A.
The Mega.
Probably the longest running hip-hop music career in South Africa to
R.I.P.
date,
brother.
releasing his first album in 2012, his mega album Levels, which I covered in this video right here, and the latest Bovamania in 2020. At one point, AKA was the pinnacle
of... He was still alive at this point, bruh. Ish. Damn, man.
What you could reach in the South African hip-hop scene. All the artists in the judging panel had earned a seat at being allowed to be critics of artists on the come-up. Being a critic and developing an artist, however, is two different things. Which is why I would argue that artist-owned record labels don't usually fare well. In fact,
they start well because the artist is good at picking up the talent. He's good at seeing who has talent, but they don't end well because the artist is not usually good with the business side.
I think the only artist label which stood the test of time is Rock Nation, which is why I personally think that choosing artists to make decisions about other artists' careers was the wrong move. I'd like to pause the video here. If you've made it this far in the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This would really help me to get into that 1,000 subscriber mark and that 4,000 hour threshold, which allows me to get paid for my work on YouTube. If you've just...
Which allows me to get paid for my work. He went into full like primary school girl mode, okay? But we gonna like, we gonna sub. Actually, I am subbed, but I don't know if I like the video. Wait, let me scroll down. I got you, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that Dwayne. Oh, that's... I'm blind, guys. I don't know what I'm pressing. Okay. Did I give the brother a like? It's not clicking, bruv. You see, I'm trying. Okay, there we go. Finally. Okay, let's get back into it.
You're subscribed? Thank you. Back to the video. Another reason why this was the wrong move is because the most sympathetic person to an artist's plight is a fellow artist. However, hip-hop is a genre which is bravado driven, where showmanship is appreciated in the culture. Outside of the culture though, it isn't always seen as an integral part of the music industry in general. Knowing all of that, it's hard for artists to play both sympathizer and egocentric rapper. The problem with this is all three judges chose the latter. Take for example the scene where Tumi is taking the guest judge Proverb's constructive criticism and turning it into, well, judge for yourself and see what he did.
Add something else, man. I don't know if it's your aura or your vibe or whatever, but the other cats are giving me that they want it. You know what I mean? There's a certain hunger in their eye. You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know, I'm not fully getting it. I'm saying you're dull. You're saying you're dull. I don't think Eric, you know what I mean though, right? I don't think Eric is.
Ricky Rick was one
I
of
love
the
how he
kids.
just started laughing. Yo, that's sick, man. Come on. Stogie. This is why No Tip punched out your teeth, brother.
Judges for the artist, and you can literally see how uncomfortable he was when the judges commented on the artists. At some point, he literally had to let the artist know not to take what his peers were saying too seriously.
Prince, are you that guy? Are you that like that dude that raps really well but just can't make a song? Are you that guy?
You sound like that guy.
Don't listen to these guys too much. The melody was right, but you didn't have the character of the hook. But that was cool, you know what I mean? But we're trying to make choruses here. It's very different from what you're gonna do in your verses.
Another combination could have been
that's how you do it. This is why we need Ricky, dog. Why Ricky had to leave, bruh? Damn, dog. Bruh. What the fuck, bruh? R.I.P. Ricky, man.
Artist and two industry heavy hitters like a label owner or artist developer and a content curator such as a radio compiler or a music video playlister.
What bullshit is this? Why could I never gain proper control of my mouse? Ratings.
This might be the #1 reason for the fact that we have no season 3. I've scrubbed the whole internet and tried to find the Hustle viewership stats and ratings. Unfortunately,
I know, like, there wasn't more than 1,000 people watching that shit. No, I'm joking. There should be at least 10k people. At least 10k, bruv. Come on.
Unfortunately, these aren't readily available for normal people like you and me to see.
I'm not
However,
normal.
I have a few pieces of evidence that I've looked into which tell the story of the audience retention. Number 1. The channel which the show played on was a channel by the name of Vuzu Amp, a subsidiary secondary amplified channel to the original. Vuzu Amp was cancelled and dissolved into One Magic due to the low viewership and expansion of the Mzansi Magic brand the same year Vuzu Hustle Season 2 aired. No channel for the Hustle, no hustle. Number 2. The second season has literally been scrubbed from the internet at the time of this recording. Clips uploaded by fans of the show,
why?
the show's gallery, and Twitter posts are the only evidence that the show ever existed. Flex could be a huge reason for this, but ratings make more sense. Even if Flex was problematic, if the show was big enough, the money made from binge watching on Showmax and reruns would have made up for that. Number 3. Going through tabs, I've searched through all of the top shows for each channel and during the time it ran. The Hustle did not show up once. Not even the finals.
Hey man. It's scammery.
Whenever TV shows are made, over and above the content, the most important factor is the audience. The Hustle was no different. Besides the scathing reviews that were given here and there by show outlets and fans alike, the show failed to
Scathing.
gather an audience outside of the hip-hop community. This is a subject matter which I feel very strong about. The South African music industry is already small, let alone the hip-hop industry. Costa Titch was able to elaborate on this more on the latest Lab Live podcast. At the moment, it seems like Blackie is the only guy we're watching. There's definitely space for new artists in the industry, and it's unfair that only one person is allowed or has the opportunity.
Yeah, unfair. 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 It's not unfair here, bro. Ain't no unfair, bro. That man put himself in that position. Other niggas must do the same, bro. It's not unfair. Bro, he's doing what he needs to do. Bro, other niggas must do the same, bro. They must follow suit, bro. They must be as great as they can be, so it can also be about them. It's only about one person because one person is shining brighter than everyone else. Unfortunately, that's how it be sometimes. But as you see, as time progressed, we saw more stars come to the forefront.
To eat at the hip-hop table. Keeping 100,000 Rand from the winning prize would have been enough to pay for artists to live in the house for weeks instead of days. Having the audience vote for each contestant builds an audience for that contestant. Once they leave the show, they can still have that core group that they can work on.
Yeah.
Also, judges cannot vote artists out based on individual challenges rather than the performances. For example, artists that were voted out in the beginning of the show could have fared better if the audience was able to choose which artist they would like to see make it to the end of the show. Now, when you make an opportunity to make stars out of rising artists and you fumble the ball so bad, brands and artists alike are given even more reason
to stay
not
away.
to invest in young and upcoming talent.
True.
Shane Eagle is proof that if the show had a bigger audience, there would be a following for more than just the winning contender.
That is true. That is true. So yeah, guys, that was, I guess, I feel like I reacted to the same thing again. Somebody wanted me to react to that, but I did it, man. I hope you're happy. Okay. But yeah, man, honestly, I wish there was a season 3. I honestly wish there was, because I feel like the Hustle created such a great platform. It created an ability to bring a star literally from the ground to the top and give them that platform. I think that show had such potential, man. It's a pity it's gone. I think especially nowadays it would have served so well, so nicely to a lot of, there's so many young guys out there looking for a shot. I think shows like that are necessary in the game, especially shows that are going to teach you how to be an artist, how to maneuver. I know Puma's doing something like that right now, Puma Sports Scene. I think I forgot what it's called. Put me on. I think they're doing that. So we need more things like that, bro. Let's help the culture, because I can see the culture doesn't feel like it's only certain individuals are really taking it upon themselves, like Benjamin, like the guy from, I forgot what his name is, from Street Cred, Creative Corner. It's like small individual groups that are really Hype Magazine as well, Freshman Mag. It's just small entities trying to push the culture, but at this point we all need to, you know what I'm saying, we need to all come together okay, we need to all come together on all platforms and push this hip-hop thing, guys. We all need to push this hip-hop thing together. But yeah, anyway, I think on that note, guys,
Keep the operation going.
Let's go.
R.I.P. Ricky.